Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. It's wonderful to have you again, and it's such a wonderful day, and I'm back at my wonderful office. So, I have a new question for you today. Do you experience headaches, lower back pain, lack of confidence, lack of drive, lack of motivation on a pretty consistent daily basis? Maybe not severe, but slight discomfort in your body and so on, or tension and stress, and you would like to know how to actually remove it? And what to me is the simplest, not easy, but simplest tweak you can implement into your daily life to improve its quality exponentially. Recently, what I've noticed, and I've been noticing this for a while, but recently it really started to be something I always notice first when I meet people, where I go to events and so on and so on, and I see it out on the street, out in the park, when I go to events, in any situation where I come across other people, is that majority of people have a very bad posture. Very bad posture. Why is this important? And how do you know if you are one of these folks that actually have bad posture, and what can you do about it? Well, first, why is this important? I want you to think of your body as a very complex antenna. And the better the antenna is tuned, the higher quality of the signal you will be able to receive. Or if it's not tuned well, you'll have a lot of friction, a lot of little noise, and so on, right? There'll be a lot of disruption in the signal you're getting. Just like if you used to have an antenna for your radio or for your TV or any device that have to get a clear signal in order to play or reproduce some clear sound and picture and so on. So I want you to start thinking of your body as a very complex antenna that the better it's tuned, the better it operates, the higher quality of signals it's able to receive, and therefore bring into this world and manifest through itself. So this is one analogy you can think of, but there is another one, and that's of a string of an instrument. Some of you might play guitar or a piano or any instrument that has strings, right? If the strings are out of tune, they don't play well. They sound like shit. You play it, you know it's not you. There's something else. You strum the guitar or play a piano or another instrument that uses strings, and you know right away, if you've been playing for a while, oh, this is out of tune. It just doesn't make any sense. Well, your body works in the very same way. As there is a connection from mind to body, there is a connection from body to mind. Depending on what your posture is and how out of tune it is, or how misaligned you are in your body and how bad is your posture, the worse the quality of life you will experience on a daily basis. For example, this is observed throughout the animal kingdom. There are poses or ways that you can literally take away your testosterone, your drive, your motivation, and desire to do things just by taking like a closed up posture and closing up. Or if you do this, you expand yourself and you make as big as possible, this will actually drive your system to create more testosterone, more drive, more motivation, more inspiration, to be more inspired and full of life. For example, when two male animals are fighting in the wild, the one that wins always after the fight makes himself even bigger, and the one that has lost the battle would take on a submissive pose, which is usually make themselves very small. So that's one way to think about it, right? Now, how is your posture directly influencing and affecting your experience? Well, the body is directly connected to the mind as the mind is connected to the body. Every motion you do and every way you move your body simulates the brain to release a certain hormone. This certain hormone makes you feel a certain way, and it can either enhance or temper your experience in the way you feel in your body. Just like your thoughts, the other way around. If you think about happy things, you will feel happy. If you think about bad things, you will feel sad, down, and so on. So what you want to do is start becoming conscious on a daily basis of how you keep your body. So what is a bad posture? Let's look at this. Most often, and that I see this consistently in men and females too. So women and men, both of them most often have this posture where their shoulders is like this. They're literally in front of you. And why are you not aware of this if that's you, for example? Well, it has become an unconscious habit. Just like it takes a while to create a good habit, it takes a while to create a bad habit. Maybe you have a desk job. Maybe you sit in front of the computer. Just by sitting myself right now like this, I feel like shit. It just doesn't feel natural. I can barely breathe. So this is more often how I see people having their shoulders right in front of their chest. Like almost like you actually have to force yourself to keep your shoulders like this if you have a normal, relaxed posture, because you don't need to do anything. All you need to be is relaxed in your upper body. You let your hands fall down and your shoulders too, right? I'm not like, you see how loose my shoulder is if I was to move it, or both of them? Like this is how high I can bring them. This is how when I relax them. And this is if I was trying to like forcefully go down. But this would be the natural way my shoulders will fall. And this is the posture you want to have. You want to relax your shoulders down. Not further, not back, but just down. And like, you don't really have to do anything besides to relax your body. Maybe it would help if you do this and look yourself in the mirror, right? This is kind of like, they have to be in the middle. Your shoulders have to be in the middle of your body. And you have to be fully relaxed, meaning that you're not tensing your neck or this area at all. They're fully loose. Like no tension, no strength, nothing needed. You don't have to, you just relax and that's it. So I encourage you to, especially if you have a desk job or you work in front of the computer all the time and you sit down for a long time, to really observe your posture if you're having these problems, as I mentioned. Headaches, like pretty much consistent on a daily basis. And let's say you have a good diet, you work out, you sleep well, you take care of yourself, right? But you still have these little minor things that are consistent. Headaches, migraines, stress, anxiety, and so on. Because again, your body is like a string of a guitar. The better melody you want to play, the more tuned you want to keep the string. So what would be another one? The other worst I see is combination of both. Having your shoulders front and then having them high like this. So basically you have double the trouble, right? Not only are you forcing your shoulders further, but you also holding them up. And this is by far the worst, because you create so much pain and stress and tension here in your entire body. So again, you just relax, just kind of like do this and see how naturally or where your shoulders will fall down to. They will tend to find their natural place. What you're actually doing is just a habitual thing you have developed over time by, again, sitting in front of the computer. I would imagine this is the most often or most common reason someone would have shoulders in front of them, right? So again, this is the simplest thing you can do. And here is how we gonna do this and implement it, because just like it took you a while to create this habit and now it's an unconscious automatic habit of yours, we need to break this. However, we cannot break it, we need to replace it with the healthier option. So here is what we're gonna do. How are you gonna anchor this new consciousness or awareness of how you keep your shoulders every day and how is your posture? Here's the first thing I want you to do. I would imagine most of you have a cell phone and you like to play with it or look at it often, like, oh, this message, this notification. Here is what I want you to anchor. Every time you look at your phone, you're gonna become also aware and conscious of your posture. If it's bad, you're gonna fix it. And you're gonna do this consistently to where eventually, after a month or so, it will become a normal thing. And from then on, if you observe yourself in the mirror, you would notice that your shoulders and your posture is always straight and right. Now, this is just talking about the shoulders, right? Same could be said about your spine. You want to have your spine straight and erect at all times. If you want to have a lot of energy, think of your spine as the conducting tube that moves energy, vital energy, from the top of your head to the bottom of your body and back. It's like a highway for energy. And the more bends they are, or the more twisted and entangled it is, the less energy can flow through and the more energy is wasted trying to get through. So you want to have your spine always erect, either standing up, sitting down, and so on. So always become conscious of your spine as well. You don't have to do much, you just have to be conscious and aware of it, just like your shoulders. You relax your shoulders, you keep your spine straight. This would be the best optimal way to tune your body as a fine string on the nice guitar that you want to play the most melodic, beautiful tune in, right? Because that's what you want. You want to have an extremely wonderful, high quality life. And this is a very fundamental place to start. Because unless you tune in the instrument, no matter what else you do, the instrument's not going to play a good tune. Now, here is what I want you to do. Take a look in the mirror and see how are your shoulders, or ask a friend, your colleague, and so on, to take a picture of you whenever you're not looking at it, right? Because it's when you're unconscious, that's when this bad habit happens. When you're conscious about it, you might do something and you might fix it. Hopefully, in your case, that's not the case. But in most cases, with people with desk jobs and so on, which is prevalent in our society nowadays, this is the case. This is the way. Almost everyone I meet have their shoulders like this. Here's why I want you to change this and remove it. If you keep on holding your shoulders like this, eventually this will lead you to a mild depression and a lot of other health problems. I don't want you to get there. I want you to do the simplest thing that you can do, which is to fix your posture. Again, it's not easy because you have to be conscious about it every single day. But once again, every time you look at your phone, for no matter what reason, you're going to anchor to this. I look at my phone, I fix my posture. I look at my phone, I fix my posture, right? Now, here's another little hack I do recommend for all of you who work on a desk throughout the day and are sitting down. Sitting down is the unhealthiest thing that you can do for yourself, especially for prolonged periods of time. Our bodies are built to stand up and to walk for a very long time. They're not built to sit around on desks and chairs. So if your job allows this, or you're able to afford, I do recommend buying yourself a stand-up desk and getting used to using it. Because if you have lower back pain, headaches, because if your lower back is stressed and tense all the time, which is the reason why you get the headaches and lack of energy and so on, the simplest thing to do is to get a stand-up desk. Maybe it'll take you a little bit time to get used to, but at this point the prices have go down so much that there is no excuse why you can't have one or why your employer says you can't have one. If they're not willing to do this accommodation for you, they probably don't give a fuck about you. So I definitely advise you to look somewhere else for an employer that would actually be concerned about your well-being and invest into your well-being, right? I hope this helps. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. Also, let me know how or is this video helping you, and what other topics come to mind that you would like me to help you with. Also, if you think this video is awesome and useful, please share it with your friends, hit the like button, and so on. Especially if you know you have a friend that have a bad posture, they can use some sense about how to go about it and improve the quality of their life, well, please share this video with them. Thank you once again. I look forward to seeing you next time. Thrive and strive, my friends.